Hello, my name is Gary Nell. I'm the Managing Director and founder of Geocurve Limited. Well, back in 2012, we bought the very first EV sold in the UK, followed by the first S800 sold in the UK. And it was all about the data, the output from the drones, not the drones itself. It was all about the data. Back in 2010, we were working on the Aberdeen Reservoir scheme for Carillion, one of the biggest construction companies in the country. Um, there was a need to survey the whole footprint of Aberdeen Reservoir, and because of the size and the constraints in time on this project, we decided, well, we have to innovate. Drones made its appearance on the market. Drones was either going to be a competitor or a tool that we needed within our company. So we decided to buy the first EV sold in the UK, and after proof of concept, it became part of our survey tools. Um, at the time we decided to give drones a go, and after buying the first EB, there was a long process of proving concept, working out how accurate it is, where to fit it in within our day-to-day survey needs and survey applications. It definitely had its strength or its qualities was in capturing a lot of data very quickly over a big area, and at the end everything came down to price. So if you can do it quicker, better and cheaper, then that's a tool that we wanted. I would think over the last 5 years, since we've bought our first EB, there was a definite shift in the market. It went from this is really interesting, everybody wants to try it, to this is really fun, everybody wants to use it, to nobody believes in it because people try and prove concept without the solid civil engineering background or the engineering knowledge, trying to buy clients over that we can do something cheap, easy, quickly, and it's not that simple, to now the latest I've seen in the market or in the drone industry is that everybody wants to implement drones within their companies and make it a part of their structure, day-to-day tool, if it's just for capturing progress photos, 3D modeling, inspections in areas we can't get to, safer, quicker, easier, cheaper. I think the impact of drones on the survey industry is very excited. It definitely allows us to capture a lot of data quickly, greener, safer, faster, especially thinking of quarries, landfills. We can now do surveying without stand down on site, without any machine stop working, without having any health and safety impact on the construction site at all. So really excited. I think drones is here to stay. Um, I think the timing for drones appearing on the survey market was perfect. I think there's a massive shortage of surveyors and engineers in the country at the moment, and I think drones is filling a big hole in capturing data. And I can definitely see a massive growth within the processing departments of companies and data delivery. I think the biggest USP within Geocurve is the way we combined site engineering, land surveying, and data processing in one package. We've got the solid foundation of engineers, land surveyors, civil engineers, and drones make the capturing easier. And with a very strong processing department, we managed to deliver accurate data to our customers at a much more reasonable price. Geocurve's process of selling our products to our clients is number one, understanding your client's needs, understanding what they require from the data, understanding the accuracies, and only once you've got all of that knowledge from your client can you make an accurate assessment of what tool is going to be the best. Is drones going to be the best? Is 3D scanners going to be the best? Is a guy with a GPS going to be the best? Or is it simply processors in the office that can actually deliver the data without even going out on site? And it's all about understanding your client's needs and not trying to sell the product that you think is the client's needs. Geocurve has developed an incredible amount over the last 3 years, where I think just office-wise, we've moved office 6 times in 3 years, and if that's anything to go by, we only where we can see is up from here. Drones was an exciting phase. That's part of our day-to-day services, and we're already looking at new equipment, new ways of capturing data, learning what the shortfalls are in drones alone, trying to implement other methods to fill holes where one method falls short, another method might help out. I think the one key in any surveying work, and that's only my opinion, is that you will always need a site engineer or a land surveyor behind every single tool we use. And I think one of the shortfalls in the drone industry in the last 3-4 years is people thinking they can do surveying by buying a drone. I think the past 10 years, 20 years, GPSs came, developed, 3D scanners are coming, mobile mapping is taking off. I think the one thing you will always need is a basis of solid civil engineering, site engineering, land surveying background. So when Geocurve tendered in 2016 for the Team 2100 project, it was a competitive tender process that went out to the market because it was an Environment Agency driven contract. Geocurve was the only company that could do all the survey needs with in-house without subcontracting any part of it out. UAVs was pivotal in the decision making by the client to award the contract to Geocurve. Our track record within the UAV industry helped us secure the contract, and as a survey company, using drones to enhance our survey abilities was definitely the key in securing this contract with the Environment Agency. I would like to compare lidar data with the UAV industry. LiDAR was always the go-to product for any aerial surveying. UAVs has put a little twist to the story within the LiDAR business. LiDAR had the whole market sussed. They could charge whatever they wanted. UAVs put a lot of pressure on that by being cheaper, quicker, easier to use. LiDAR has definitely still got a place in the industry where UAVs don't penetrate vegetation as good as LiDAR. UAVs needs a lot of processing, post-processing, ground control, verification, where LiDAR is real-time accuracy. But price was definitely the key, and I could see LiDAR reappearing over the next year or two at much more competitive prices.